Here we go then. Welcome to finding out how hard Champions GP is, or it really is going to be. It's going to be fun. It's probably not actually. It's probably going to be painful and going to be horrible. But we're going to give it an absolute go so that you can see how hard it really is. So recommended team score is above 1500. Yeah, whatever. Let's go. This is going to be pain. This is going to be absolute pain. We're not going to score. I doubt we'll even score 20 points. It's a pretty... I mean, there's a fair few people in here, which is interesting. But let's show you what we're running. Charles Leclerc, Sergio Perez for both of us. And we've also got this set up as well currently. So this is going to be interesting. I'm going to try some different strategies, some different boosts, and obviously if we don't get through today, there's plenty of time to get through in the week to practice as well. We've got race number 1. It's overtaking and power unit for our cars. So let's see how we do. So our very first matchup, Champions GP, first GP event of the season, and we're going to fight it from literally... I wouldn't be surprised if I come 23rd and 24th in this. Put it that way. I am not surprised. I will not be shocked. It's going to be carnage. But let's see what we can do. Where do we qualify? No surprises here, of course. P21 and P23. So Perez has got better tyres. That's the main thing. So I'm going to go Rooster on him. Now I'm going to go Hards on Leclerc. I mean, might be able to get... Actually, let's go this way round. So I'm going to try some different things. 4 medium, 3 medium for Perez, if we can. And then we'll also do Leclerc as well. Let's see. Let's see what happens here. The carnage is about to unfold quite literally. Slow start from Leclerc, expecting that because of where he is. Now, Perez gets through a few cars nice and early, but gets a bit stuck. So he got hit, but we've moved up to P16 and P17. Now remember, we are against Series 12 champion cars. So we are going to fall backwards after this race start ends. And already, it's a really good start by Charles Leclerc. No, it's not even a Scuderia Ferrari, he's in our car. He's made a good start. But the question is, can we hold off? Now, we've got Perez doing a 4-4. He might not be able to. We've got to watch that. So we're going to try and sneak it out. And we've got Leclerc. And here you go. Here comes the backwards ability of having a slower car. You can see Perez just holding a few people up as we try and do this 4 medium, 3 medium. We've got Leclerc, who's going to come back for Hards. And he's currently in P12. Now, Perez is doing well enough in P16. So we've got to just keep attacking all the way. We're going to conserve each time we go down the straight too. Now, Perez has just got enough tyres to be able to do this 4 laps on the medium. Just enough. And we're going to come back for Hards. It's going to be tough on the Hards, but let's see if we can push ahead early. Perez now losing places, but can't push too much. He's going to get nearly past Alonso. P11. This is a good start. Happy with this. Can we get any more, though? We've nearly got full power unit. And Leclerc is still going. And he's up to P10. Great little move from Charles Leclerc. And he comes into the pits. Just about running out of tyres on Perez. It'll be a last corner run out. And we'll go back for softs, mediums, so we can actually push some more now. But then again, he has got better tyres, so let's go softs. As Leclerc is out. And now, power unit is going to be an issue. Or the lack of power unit. So Leclerc, probably going to go backwards here. We're going to have to use all our skill to try and harvest power unit when we can. He's in P17. We've got Tsunoda, who's probably just going to come past us now. And there he goes. And now Perez is coming in the pits. So again, we're just trying to save some power unit as we go down the straight. And we're up to P14, P15. Again, Perez now coming back out. So a decent bit of power unit now for us. And we've got to start getting Perez through. Here comes a move on Ocon. Can't get the job done there. Can we get the job done anywhere? And here we go in backwards again. So hard to keep the pace in this car in Champions. You can see we're flying backwards right now. Leclerc just trying to hold off now. Some power. It gets me every time. Welcome along. Oh, I should really learn to take off them alerts in this race. Down the straight. Just holding on to tyres for Perez. And Leclerc's going backwards all the time. You can see how slow these hard tyres are. Softs all day long have got to be on the car. As we move up to P17 and P18, now P16 and P18. This is tough. Very tough. Pushing all the time though. Need some more pit stops. That is what we need. There's the pit stop from Sargent. There's another pit stop as well, up to P15 and P16. Look at the tyre. Look at the power unit we've got left for Perez. That's insane. Probably could have attacked a lot more with him than we actually have. But tyres are obviously a problem as we move then up to P14. Can we get Leclerc past as well, Danny Rick? Can he get one more move? He can get one more move. P15. And Perez coming through is going to be 11 points. 11 points and 10 points. Perez P14, Leclerc P15. 21. So it's pretty tough. Hard tyres, absolutely painful to be on. They're so slow. But in the end, we get 21 points, which is not a bad start at all. 1077 team score for us versus the rival who is a little bit higher. They had Max Verstappen and Gasly, whilst they had a high speed and cornering setup. So, a tough little matchup for race number 2. Not that it matters at this stage, but we are off to Abu Dhabi now to see what we can do here. So, 7 laps in Abu Dhabi. It's going to pave the way, surely, for a one-stop race. Potentially, we'll go a little bit different, and we're well out qualified. Jesus, P16, P19 for the rival. Now, Perez has got better tyre management, so I think I might be able to get actually 3 laps out of him. It's defending tyre management and speed, so I'm going to go for a bit of firework on that car. And I'm going to do Leclerc, who's going to start. I'm going to go on medium, see if he can match off here. Overtaking the speed. Let's see what happens here. Now, the aim is to find out, can Charles Leclerc do 4 laps on the mediums? Can Sergio Perez do 3 laps on the softs? And I tell you what, Leclerc is going to get a bumper start. He's up to P12, flies down the outside, as look at Sergio Perez back there in only P22. Now, we're going to cut down. We're obviously going to lose a lot of positions, so this is way long to go. Don't you worry. We're going to just push a little bit, just to keep some cars behind us. You can see Perez there, just in P22, not getting the start that he would have dreamed of. Now, Leclerc is not going to be able to do 4 laps on the mediums by a long shot. Perez might be able to do 3 laps on the softs. So we're going to use Leclerc more. We're going to push Leclerc more to come back for the hards. See if we can get past Gasly. As we can't originally. We're going to hit the straight. The AI is so fast, though, that's the problem. As we hit into the straight. And you can see Perez going backwards all the time. And that is against hard compound tyres. So we are struggling in this race so far. Rivals now pushing 2. We've got a bit of a train behind us. Perez is not going to get 3 laps on the soft. That has not worked whatsoever. So that's a good to note. And he's going to have to pit. It's annoying, but he's going to have to pit. I didn't want to, but I've got no choice. I didn't want to do a 2-stop, but he's not got the tyre management to run the 3 softs that I thought he could have. So we're back out. And this one's going to be a back to reality, I think, in terms of the points, because we, even on mediums, are absolutely flying backwards. Bottas now overtakes us as well. Very weird. Very, very different feel to this race. Now, we're still on the same setup, speed, but tyre management seems to be we're getting overtaken by everybody here. But we're going to keep trying. We might get literally about 4 points in this race. I mean, strategy is the key on this one. We've learnt this the hard way. As now Perez does come past, but look where Perez is. It feels so slow, this race. And it's pretty much acting that way as well. So Perez coming past the rival. Leclerc's on the one stop. I mean, maybe it was luck first time out then, really, at Bahrain. Because we're going to get hit pretty hard in this one. I think we needed a bit more tyre to go for compared to what we've done. Because it's still a little bit of a struggle. Perez only P22 and coming into the pits. That's why we had to stretch that stop out. It's not great in the end. Leclerc definitely feeling a lot slower at present. But he has moved up to P21. we're going to score very low points in this race. Hard tyres are just a pain to use, but two-stopping is also a pain. I'm going to try and get some power unit back, though. Yeah, it's just going to be a tough week of racing, that is for sure. It's got 24%. He's on his own at the minute in P21, but the cars definitely don't feel the pace of Bahrain, that's for sure. Leclerc's coming round at the moment to start lap number 6. Could have moved up a position, maybe 2. And now we're pushing Perez to close up a little bit as well. Need some more pit stops. There's not really going to be any either. So it's going to be very low points in Abu Dhabi. We need to get some car upgrades too over the next few days. But hards, not the way to go. We have been smashed compared to that race 1. Back to the drawing board, they say. As can we get ahead of the rival? We can. So at least we get P22. Some setup changes potentially needed as well. Because that didn't work as we thought it would. Leclerc is ahead of the rival, or a rival, but that's going to quickly change, you know. But yeah, a little bit of a damage on the strategy. Perez two-stopping, didn't want that to be the case. But in the end, that's what we had to do. We might get a bit worse here. We might actually finish 21st because Zhou Guanyu is absolutely attacking us as we speak. But we might push to finish and survive. It is a lowly P20 and P22 in this race. It is literally 8 points. It's a shocker. As Eminem would say, step back to reality. Oh, wow. 8 points. I mean, the Rivals bot only got 3 if it makes me feel any better. But everyone doing a one-stop pretty much. Yeah, we did a two-stop. We didn't want to. So tyre choice there. Tyre management boost probably needed also. But that was a tough matchup. Look at that. Leclerc 2, Verstappen 2. And a very good car as well. But on to race 3. So on to race number 3. It is coming from Australia. And we're going to try and get more than 8 points. We definitely need more than 8 points in this race. We might not even qualify, by the way. So we're doing all this. And it could be for absolutely nothing. But we're going to have some fun trying. How hard is champs? It's pretty damn hard. Leclerc 20th, Perez 23rd. Now I'm going to put both onto mediums here. Now defending and power unit. So I'm going to actually get Leclerc with a good start. And I'm going to put Perez on to a bit of Iron Force to see what happens here. Back to reality. Maybe 7.6 points this time. Let's find out. Leclerc gets, Perez, poor start. We knew that was going to come. But It's a decent start from Charles Leclerc, who's currently up to P14, and he is going big. Charles Leclerc up the inside into turn 3 and moves himself into P20 for Perez, P10 for Leclerc, and Leclerc's getting even better. It's P9 and P16. Let's continue the push a little bit as we try and then hold off everybody else. We need to do 4 laps on these tyres. We're going to just try and get a few extra positions and sneak them out, which we have. So P8 for Charles Leclerc. P14 for Sergio Perez. Now, we are going to go backwards, but we have got the defensive stats on. We're going to go backwards. I mean, we're going to go backwards. Trust me, we're going to go backwards. We're trying to hold them off, though. And now I'll take P9, P15 now. Someone get that checkered flag out. Although tyres are looking a little bit rough on Leclerc. Oh, tyres are so painful. Tyres are so painful. We're literally about 2% short. And we are getting absolutely demolished. They're all on medium and hards and they're flying past us. So it's all good getting the perfect race start. But look at us struggle. And to be honest, Leclerc is the one that's really struggling. Look at Perez. He is right there at the moment, catching up Leclerc. So it's all about Leclerc struggling at present. And look at him going backwards again. Now what we're going to do is we might just try and push Perez a little bit here, because he's clearly stronger on the tyres than Charles Leclerc. But we need to get past. And he is a lot better on tyres, as you can see. So we need to get past these two if we want to implement this as best as we can. Come on, get a move. There's one. No, come on, move. Come on. We're going to ultimately double stack this to beyond belief. We're now ahead. We're going to use Leclerc. Well, I was going to use Leclerc as a defence mechanism, and then he got passed straight away. Pretty pointless. We're going to keep on the mediums. Let's go hards for Leclerc. He's got 100% power unit. Now, we're going to double stack. Oh, we can't do a 2-stop. It's not too bad. But slower pit time is going to be annoying. Now, Leclerc is a test to see if 4 hard works okay in Australia. Now, Perez is pushing early on and is going to get past good old our friend Kevin Magnussen. P17 and now P22 with loads of tyre and power unit to use for Leclerc. We got a good start. We struggled on pace, though. That's the problem we've got. Perez in a little bit of a queue. Kevin comes back past us. And we have got a couple of cars in the pits. We move up to P16 and we lose that position again. So, constantly turning positions left, right and centre. Hopefully we can get a lot stronger car by the weekend if we get through. So Perez, absolutely fine there. We're going to get more than 8 points at the moment. Hopefully some more 2-stops are in here somewhere. And even with Perez pushing, we've got to watch the tyres a little bit. Any 2-stops, there is some. We're going to take an extra point from a 2-stop. As there, we take 2 cars with Perez. Beautiful move. Up to P15. Leclerc sitting behind Danny Ricciardo now. And here's Hulkenberg. And Gasly ahead of us. Leclerc's 19th. Need to get some power unit back, though, for Perez. Going to be all over the back of... Here comes Kevin. I mean, defending for Perez. We might as not even have iron boost on, because defensive mode didn't even exist there. Didn't even exist. As Bottas comes back in, we'll move forward into P16. And Leclerc will move into P19. Not too bad. Could be a lot worse. We've seen that already. As we approach now Kevin Magnussen. Leclerc's trying to get past and does get past P18. Look at the pace difference, though. You can see them absolutely accelerating away. Gasly looking a little bit slower off that exit. Can we get Gasly? Yes, we can. Up to P15. Maybe one more move for Magnussen. Up to P14. And it's Leclerc coming home, chasing down Stroll. It is 18 points, though. That's still better. But it's very, very tough. Better than the 8 points that we got last round. That is a must. But 18 points coming from Australia. We've got Imola to go. And there you've got 3 soft, 5 hards. Take a little bit of a screenshot of that one. I mean, look, what a 3-5 and a 5-3 for the AI. That's pretty chaos. 4 mediums, 4 hards that we ran. Yeah, difficult little trap. But rival, level 2 Norris, level 1 Alonso, and a cornering car for the rival. Here we go then, the final race of this Champions Tough Tester. And it's off to Imola. Now, I'm thinking a little bit different. So defending didn't really feel to exist in Australia. So I'm going to ignore that driver stat. Now, I'm going to look at doing a car stat in terms of tyres. Now, I want to run a 4 medium with both. The question is, will we get level 13 for Norris? What level are you running, man? How much have you spent? Jesus. So I'm going to use a bit of Frost. Now, I could use SAR as well. But I'm going to use Frost for the power unit too. And it's all about trying to see what happens. Can we make it? I don't know. You tell me. So holding on to that little bit of race start. For the driver to start P13, that must be like level 2, level 3. Easy. Now, our start is not great. But here comes Leclerc with the afterburners. Ahead. Leclerc versus the rest of the field. Can we get through? Perez is stuck at the moment as we come through the hairpin. And we're up to P15. We got sweat dripping down us. No, nearly. But this might work okay with tyres, because if tyres can last here, we can attack more. We're up to P13. And we've got Perez in P20. And tyres will last at this current rate, so we can conserve down the straight. Perez 21st. Going very slow, though, at present. Let's push at the moment. Rival's pushing as well, who is catching us down the straight. And we're up to P12 with Leclerc. Really good start from Leclerc. Not so much for Perez, though, who does now squeak into P20. P20, yes, that's right. Can we keep Hamilton at bay? Tyres are absolutely fine here, by the way. And we're up to P11. Could be on for some big points as we conserve down. Champions, which is pretty much equal to Series 12, well and truly underway. See if we can keep pushing along. Leclerc is flying. And that is music to our ears. Here's a move on Gasly. Perez, P17. So what we got at the minute points-wise? 22 points. Let's push again. Push with Perez. We don't want a double stack, but we do want to keep pushing and keep up the momentum. So Leclerc comes down. Few people in the pits as well, and he moves up to P5. Oh, please just blow that, wave that flag. Wave it. As the rival carries on with Norris too. Come on, get past, get past. Oh. Yeah, we're through. P11, that rival's going to run out of tyres. We need to keep ahead of him, because if he runs out of tyres, we ain't going to get past him. It's a nightmare. And this is a really good start to this race. P5, with now Perez coming back to the pits too. Slowly but surely. And we're back out. Leclerc. Come on, boys. Believe in ya. Get ahead of that kick, Sauber. Yes, thank you. Oh, God. Come on, Danny Rick. Get out of the way, man. Come on. Get out of the way. Thank you. Come on. Momentum. What we need. Just going to try and keep pushing in patches here. Rivals on the hard tyres ahead. We're going to conserve down the straight. As Leclerc's going to move past a few cars who are just coming out. Lando Norris there just coming out. And now Perez comes down. Few people in the pits too. We're just trying to give a bit of power unit back here. P11, you can see the McLaren chasing us down, and that McLaren is on mediums. We've got Hamilton on softs too. Let's try and keep ahead as Yuki Tsunoda finds a small gap to come through. They're going to try and keep ahead of these as we've got some cars fighting ahead. And they are not letting us through. We move up another place though. So prepare to lose some places now for Leclerc. There you go, there's one already lost. Perez up to P15. Hamilton now coming past. There's a few cars ahead that are slower though. We're just gearing up for a last lap push, I reckon. Perez is a bit detached. Let's try and push him a little bit, close that gap. Anyone pitting? There might be a couple of pits. Is Albon going to come in 6th? What's Albon doing in 6th place? We're trying to close the gaps. P11 for Leclerc though, and we're going to push. Perez coming down. Can he take P13? Not quite. But Leclerc is attacking. And he's got past Piastri. He's into P10. We're into the top 10, ladies and gentlemen, of a Champions GP. Can it get even better, though? We're using the tyres. We're pushing hard. We've got soft and hard ahead of us. I think that is our limit. But Leclerc, a great race. Charles Leclerc, P10. Perez, P14. That is points. What we needed, indeed. That is a great strategy around Imola. Absolutely liking that one. Well, around 2 weeks ago, we were scoring 376 points in Champions GP. Today, it's very, very different. But that one bad race in Abu Dhabi really cost us. You can see the rival 1146 that they played. Lando Norris only level 1, but it's qualifying, which is mega important, 72 stat. Oscar level 3, and cornering was massive for this rival. But altogether, I mean, a lot of one stops out there, which is going to be hurting us all the time. But 26 points is decent, and hopefully that might see us through. If not, we're top at the moment, but only just. I mean, Gino Alex is on 50, so he's going to come past. But 73 points from 4 races. It's tough, but it was quite interesting as well. Let me know how you've got on. But Champions GP delivers as Garth Jacobs hit the subscribe, and we battled for every single point.